And welcome back across the Prairie Plains and around the globe. This is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, coming to you live from Canyon Lake, Texas. Boys soccer's on the menu tonight as we get started here at Canyon Lake High School. The visiting Greyhounds from Boerne bringing their machine as they go through the district here unabated, and Canyon Lake standing in their way tonight. Good afternoon. This is Corey Martelli, your host here for the soccer game tonight with the boys and producing the show, doing your play-by-play. We've got two guys as I will vacate the area, get on the camera here a little later. It's going to be Darren LeSturgeon, producer, play-by-play, along with your overall soccer guru, Chad Parma. We welcome everybody here, and we are the voice of the Hawks. On a drizzly cold night, Chad and Darren, with me outside on the camera tonight. You know, I didn't see that in my contract, but I'm going to go ahead and get out there.
Yeah, we're gonna pay you double tonight than what we normally do, Corey.
Fantastic.
We're going to take what we normally give you, we'll double it. Because, you know, it's hazard pay. It's foul weather conditions. And,
I could get electrocuted, you know.
You know.
Well, low voltage.
I'm not sure. Just a low voltage. I think you'd be fine. But, you know, just keep the camera so we can still see the far side of the field. It's getting tougher and tougher to do that as the game wears on.
It's remind me of the Fog Bowl at Chicago Field, at Soldiers Field, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Philadelphia, right? Chicago and Philadelphia played in the Fog Bowl. That's kind of what we have tonight.
It rolled in. Now, we can still see the far side of the field. Those players couldn't see from the 50-yard line to the 40-yard line, but it's not the best of conditions tonight.
No, it's not.
I just went out there, and if it was yucky during the girls' game, it is outright nasty and horrible out there right now. I mean, the wind is blowing out of the north. You've got this fog or mist or whatever, and it is miserable.
It is. It's probably going to get a little worse. It kind of reminds me of that 50s B-rated movie, The Fog. Remember? It just rolls in. There's a monster in there somewhere. As
I told Chad, this is European soccer weather right here. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is the way they do it over there.
Yes, across the pond.
That's something I don't get. The soccer I can kind of understand, maybe running around, but they play golf in this kind of weather too. I couldn't even imagine hitting a golf ball right now.
When 90% of the year is this way, you just do what you want to do when you got to do it, right?
Well,
you would never play golf otherwise.
No, not in this.
No, that's why they talk funny over there. They're all upset about their weather and their sports outdoors. But the monster tonight may be the Boerne machine. That is the soccer team there that's coming to town. Chad, you played a lot of soccer. Boerne has a good soccer team tonight.
There's no doubt they have a good soccer team, Corey. Boerne, number 2 in the state, 8-1-1, 3-0 in district, and just to give you a little perspective on the type of team this is, Wimberley, who we lost to, the Hawks lost to 1-0 the other day. Oh, we had some people slip down on the bleachers just then. It is nasty out there. But They beat one. They're coming off an 11-0 win against Wimberley. So the Hawks have got a tall task tonight.
Holy Toledo.
And we just finished up a girls' game in which the girls from from Boerne, the Greyhounds, put up a 7-spot on.
They did. I saw that.
On the Canyon Lake Hawks. Hawks were not able to get on the board in that game, and so we hope we don't have a continued dominance in this game by Boerne.
Well, tonight will be a tale of two cities. Canyon Lake is looking to upset Goliath, if you will. We've got some fans from Boerne over there on the other side, diehard fans, out in the drizzling fog and the cold temperatures. But we'll give it the best for our Boerne listeners there. We welcome you guys from Boerne and hope we can do put on a broadcast that's comparable.
Now we have a little unfinished business.
We do
from the last game. So we had you on camera.
Yes, I was on camera.
And we had a contest for some Mima's Tacos.
Mima's Tacos. And we're going to give away some Mima's Tacos tonight.
In this game. But we have some winners to announce. From last game.
Yes.
All
Plus,
right,
tonight we're going to give away the Nutrition Shack.
We shifted from one link
segue. It's called segue.
We segued. From one
it's a business term.
From one link to another.
Very important.
And so new audience is coming in for the boys' game.
But this audience tonight, right now, the boys, they're going to have their chance to win Mima's Tacos.
You're going to have your shot.
At halftime.
But
this is from last halftime. The winners
This was from the girls' game.
Casey Parma and Ryan Patey.
Ryan Patey?
He's back.
He's back?
He's a professional.
Well,
you got to get in line.
There you go. Look, hey, it's been a long, cold, hard winter, and Ryan Patey said, "Hey, it's time to hit the food truck."
Out of hibernation comes Ryan Patey.
Beautiful thing. Yeah. He has been a winner before here at Canyon Lake
Broadcasting. Chicken dinner, but you can't go without your Mima's Tacos. I could have sure used some Mima's Tacos about 5 days ago when I was huddled around my fireplace.
Yes, it would have been nice. I was going to deliver some to you, but couldn't find my way out of my own house. So.
Well, listen, big game tonight. I'm going to get on the camera. We've got lots to talk about. L.J. Anderson's coming up here. He looks like a Smurf all wrapped up in his gear.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? We had the boys played a baseball game today.
Yeah, we got some updates
and
on that.
I think they won that game 11-0, I think is what I saw.
11-1 was the final today.
11-1. So,
well, big night tonight. Stay tuned. We'll give some Mima's Tacos away. Also in the Nutrition Shack, we're going to give away some gift certificates. So lots to do at halftime. Don't go anywhere. Good luck for tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you at halftime.
And we will indeed. Thanks, Corey. Go out there and do your earn your money, earn your keep, as my dad would say. Earn your keep. Go out there and do the work.
Right.
We're gonna stay in here where I have the heater on. I got the heater on, and we didn't start out with it on, but we got it on now.
Yeah. Corey's doing the tough work today.
I think we're ready to go. Absolutely. We're going to be doing the national anthem here shortly, I think. And so this is part of the natural flow of things out on the old soccer pitch, as they say. And both teams are huddled up.
Yep. L.J. Anderson has arrived to the booth. He has, let me count these on here. 1, 2, he's got 4 layers of clothing on. So if that tells you what the weather's like, folks.
He had 8 on last week. He's dialed it back to 4, and now he is joining us here in the booth for a little color commentation. LJ, how's it out there? Is it as nasty as it looks from inside here?
Well, I'm going to tell you, the conditions are – I've heard the commentary on the girls' soccer game, and I got to say, only in Texas can it be 82 a week later from when it was 8.
8. And then turn around and drop to – where are we at right now? About 50 here?
Yeah.
52 and cloudy, it says.
Yeah, and foggy with a little drizzle. We just came back from a baseball game. The varsity Hawks baseball team came back, and they put up a win, another one, the number 3 for them this season, 11-1 against Burbank.
Well, that is awesome for the baseball team.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, they're off to a great start this year and something to look forward to.
And so we're getting ready to get this thing started here. I think they're going to forego the national. No, they're going to do the national anthem. I think it's going to get played out right now. We don't have a mic outside this place, but we'll pick this up for you as best we can. And that was your national anthem played here at Canyon Lake High School as we get ready to kick this game off. Canyon Lake Hawks boys varsity's team will take on the Greyhound from Boerne. And as Chad told us a few minutes ago, this is a very good Greyhound team that's coming here, number 2 ranked in the state. So we expect to see quite a bit of action out of them tonight. Now, just like we were in the girls' game, we're going to take a few minutes for us to kind of figure out the names and the players, giving you that camera view so that you can see it probably better than we can given the conditions up here in the booth. Hopefully the camera cuts through this fog just a little bit better than we see it up here.
Yeah, it's extremely nasty out there, and you know, we talk about this. Boerne, we talked about in the pregame, they beat Wimberley 11-0, coming off a fresh victory. They're number 2 in the state. Team's got a lot of speed, got a lot of skill, but when the weather's nasty like this, it can certainly change things out there. You know, you're going to have slippage of players. You're going to have, you know, not all your full speed, and so maybe that plays into Canyon Lake's favor. Absolutely,
and you're going to see Canyon Lake actually come out in a fairly aggressive posture with what looks like he got 4 people in the forward or striker type position. Maybe it's only 3 with the 4 midfielders.
Well, you know, I think this may be something, maybe a strategy that Coach Schrader employs today, which is, hey, let's just come out and play aggressively from the get-go. Boerne may not be expecting that, and, you know, the Hawks right now have looked pretty good. We have a little miscue here, but that's going to be cleared away. Or should I say Sean Bell comes up to make that play.
Sean Bell will be taking care of that. We'll expect to see that. We'll see Daniel Garcia and Alex Garcia back there on defense quite a bit and working to sort of quarterback and clear things out when the defense breaks down. Also, Tony Hernandez is another stalwart defender for this boys' team.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Garcia, Alex, number 12. He's actually pronounced it Gracia.
Gracia. Okay, all right.
So there you go.
Well, little did I know that.
Our Italian cameraman might be excited about that.
Yeah, he might be. He called him Garcia all the last game that we did. So my faux pas to the Mr. Gracia.
Yeah, we want to get those names right, and we're doing the best we can.
And that ain't much some days.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time when you're calling Canyon Lake games, you get the opportunity to say Anderson, you know, Brown.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. Now, Canyon Lake does have the wind at their back here in the first half, but they are applying some pressure here. And then the ball has been on Boerne's side most of this first half so far. We're just 36:50 left there in the first half.
I'm going to get a handball right there. There's going to be on number 13. That'd be Dylan Clark. Or he's going to work to advance the ball on a deep kick down.
And here's a cross and a scoring chance.
Woo! And that's a goal.
Yeah, Sean Bell had to come out on that one, and yeah, you can see some frustration on the faces of the Hawks because right there you just need someone to clear the ball, and that didn't get done.
Yeah, the ball's a little slick. I'm sure it's a little damp and wet, and if you don't get the foot on it just right, you're not going to clear it, and that didn't happen that time. Bell comes out, forces the play, makes contact with the ball, gets it away from the defender, but unfortunately the ball trickles past him, and then it's anybody's game.
Yeah, so Boerne showing you right here early on.
You can't make mistakes.
You can't, and they're going to make you pay. Likewise, here's a chance for the Hawks, but that ball gets cleared out. And you see on one end what happens, and then on the other end, you have kind of the same thing that happens, and Boerne clears the ball. And that's the difference between 1-0 and 0-0 at this point.
Unfortunately, we missed exactly who was the goal scorer on that possession for Boerne, but We'll check with our stat people. Maybe we can come up with that name.
Do we have stat people?
Oh, well, we got people.
Oh, okay.
They may not be keeping stats, but we got people.
They're not. Looks like we're having a little issue with the clock running. Now it's started again.
Oh, yeah. I think Shadowbar's going to draw a penalty right there.
Shadowbar really playing aggressively down there on that right wing, and you said he's going to get. They're going to get a penalty kick here.
Yeah, on our last broadcast when we faced off Gonzalez, this was how we scored a couple of goals. Sheck is taking the kick this time, and you've got 6 guys up there for the Hawks. Look for him to cross this maybe to the backside, and he may even take a shot. And that one was a shot, and it was deflected by the wall of Greyhounds, but we'll get a corner kick out of it.
Yeah, it's going to go off of number 7. That'd be Rowdy Fritz, and ball's going to go out of bounds across the end line off of Boerne. That's going to set up, as you said, the corner kick, and so Sheck will line it up.
So you've got a ton of bodies up there. They're going to start from outside and try to break in on this one. Sheck to cross it left-footed here. We got just a delay here. I think what is the issue?
Linesman is taking a look.
Okay, here we go. Cross in, and that ball is going to be headed out by the Greyhound defender. Shadowbar on attack along with Sheck. Back now, that's Jonathan Ramirez. Back over to Sheck, trying to do something here. Another cross to the backside. That's Pressgrove. Header is
no good.
No good. Shadowbar with a shot wide. So Canyon Lake putting some pressure here on the Greyhounds. You had a couple of scoring opportunities there.
I like the aggressive nature of them coming out and just really trying to take it to them. And then they gave up a cheap goal, which in one they were going to wish they had back. But that hasn't diminished their aggressive nature as the way they've come out to play on the offensive side of the ball.
Yep, and here we have a big run coming. Hernandez getting back. Nice pass. Shot deflected by Hernandez.
Hernandez does a great job of deflecting the ball right there off his head, redirecting it the other direction.
Ramirez helping to clear that. Now Dylan Clark up ahead.
Clark advances. Nelson can't handle the ball. It's going to go back over to the Greyhounds as their defense comes up. That's number 3, Fernandez, that's going to put it back into play. Pushes the ball back down the field.
Well, I will say this. If you're the Hawks, you got to be on your toes because Boerne plays with urgency. You can see that when a ball goes out of bounds, they throw it in and they're going. If you turn the ball over, it's one step and boom, and they're going. And
you saw just how Rowdy Fritz showed his speed and his ball controls. He took the ball down the field and did that crossover to Landon Murphy. If it went for the great play of Hernandez, that would have been his goal. And that's going to be
Pressgrove moving the ball up. That was Gracia there. So Pressgrove trying to get the ball to Alex. That could have been a possible scoring chance, but here we go. Canyon Lake's moving back again and showing a lot of aggression, and they've got the wind to their back. I think they want to try to get a goal here in the first half. There's a miscue. Greyhounds clear it.
There comes Fritz with the ball, and he shows that control and speed. Sheck right on him. Sheck takes the ball away from him and does a nice job of just pressing him on defense. Pass up to Clark. Clark misses. Nelson's got the ball. Now it's 4-on-4, and here comes Nelson with the ball. He tries to cross, but it's poked away by the defense. Had numbers there for a moment, it looked like, and were not able to control the ball.
Yeah, you got to love the energy right now from the Hawks. They're pressing on the ball, as is Boerne. Hernandez with a good clear. But when you're playing frantic like this is where things get a bit crazy, and you can score goals. And here we have another chance. Gracia to the outside. Shadowbar moving to the middle. He's trying to get across here. He's got one defender to beat. Little pushing and shoving. And there's no call there.
No,
it's
no
cleared
call
out.
as he goes to the ground. Nice job by Pressgrove setting that up with a nice kick out of that midfielder position to get to set that up.
So Pressgrove to throw in. Greyhounds clear again. That ball's just going to be cleared out of bounds.
Espinosa playing over on that left backer side.
Well, LJ, you were at the baseball game today. What was the weather like there? I imagine not like this.
It was damp, and it was, in a lot of ways, it's probably good. If you're a pitcher, you got a little more movement on the ball. Tanner Schultz was on the bump and did a super job.
Great cross right there. Defense is able to poke it away. Nice job of Clark being able to head the ball out of bounds, just kind of stop the attack, allow the defense to sort of gather itself a little bit.
But the weather it gave us a window. Actually, it was quite pleasant. Overcast. So all in all, a great day for baseball. I mean, we've played in a whole lot worse. Unfortunately, it's starting to settle in now and making it a little tough on the soccer folks.
Yeah, well, we're going to be broadcasting several baseball games this year, and it sounds like.
And that's going to be another goal by Boerne right there. That was a great throw in, and then number 14 is able to kick the ball up and allows the backside offensive player to get ahead on it and put it in from the backside.
Well, 2-0 with 29:31 left here in the first half. Boerne showing you their explosive offensive power.
And what you see in the Boerne team is that they're just relentless. I mean, it's like almost like watching a hockey game where they just keep coming over the wall. I mean, they stay on you the entire time.
Well, Murphy does a great job of throwing that ball in at the feet of Sam Thies over there, and then he's able to get the ball up. I didn't see who was the guy that got his head on that scored that goal over on the backside, but just a nice job of moving the ball and a great throw in. You don't often see that sort of action that close to the goal on a throw-in.
Yeah, it was well executed by Boerne, and here we are with a free kick on their side of the field, and they're already on the attack. It's going to be like this all night. Canyon Lake has got to come out. Well, they did come out with some aggressiveness, but it's going to have to stay for the whole entire game, because if you let up 1 minute here on Boerne, it's big trouble.
They will make you pay, and they're not number 2 in the state for no reason. They've earned their stripes in that regard.
So Sean Bell will boot it away, and that one's going to trickle away. And Boerne trying to just work the ball around here. Josh Shet giving chase. And you see Boerne, they're such good at passing the ball. They work the ball around, and then it's one pass, and then we've got to cross to the middle and a scoring chance. But Pressgrove right there on the ball. Still on the ball, working hard. Trying to get outside to Gracia to the outside, and here comes the Hawks. Gracia trying to make a move on the outside defender, getting a little pushing, shoving, and that may be in the box. And I think we may have a free kick coming here for the Hawks. Let's see what the call is.
Wrong place.
They are going to get Boerne, and they're going to say that's just, oh my goodness, just outside the box. I thought we were going to have a chance to get a one-on-one penalty kick here. Instead,
forgive me, all those Boerne fans that are listening. I had the score wrong on the old screen. We were able to get that fixed.
That's all right.
But give you credit where credit's due.
This looks like this is Nelson going to take the shot here. From this range, I would expect maybe a shot on goal. A little jockeying. There's a cross into the middle, headed out by the Greyhounds, and they'll clear it. And that ball skips over. But Hernandez is there to boot it back.
That was Tony Hernandez that tried to get the header and was just not able to get the ball turned on that cross.
And we talk about baseball. That was a heck of a throw from the goalkeeper out there.
That was. I mean, that's deep center field, one hopper to the dish.
And he threw that into the wind.
Yeah.
Here comes Gracia with a shot. Oh, just off the side of the net.
Nice effort by Gracia as he gets free. He's able to get his foot on the ball, but the ball, as you said, just right of the post, needed to be left of it.
So I was alluding to a lot of the broadcast of the baseball we're going to be doing. The Hawks off to a 3-0 start, and I think Coach Escamilla's got to be pretty pleased with the early performance of his team.
He is pleased, and I think the brand of baseball that you're watching Canyon Lake play right now is exceptional. Communication, cohesiveness, all the things that you're looking for. Are they a little rusty? Yes. And there's always going to be things in the game of baseball that you want to improve, but you're really seeing an attitude and a aggressiveness on the baseball team that looks a lot like this soccer team right here. I mean, they're just relentless. They will stay with it and stay with you the entire game.
Here comes Boerne back the other direction. I think that the impressive thing about Boerne is that they're so disciplined in sort of playing their area that those passes, you talk about their passing ability, they pass to a place where they know their teammate's going to be, right? And when you see that sort of discipline in the way they operate, it's just nice to see that sort of thing.
It is, and there's one thing of passing the ball straight to somebody, but to lead someone, much like a quarterback would lead a wide receiver, except you're using your foot to kick a ball over defenders and put it in the spot that you want.
And that's trusting where your guy's going to be, right? It's trusting where your teammate's going to be all the time.
That's it. So Canyon Lake here, Sheck will take another kick. Had a beautiful cross on the last time. Let's see what happens here. This is a nice ball to the backside. Goalie coming out.
Oh,
and there
collision.
is major contact. And that's going to be a no call. I think had Boerne not have won that ball, I think he would have had a penalty on Canyon Lake there.
Pressgrove goes up and just makes contact with the goalie.
So if you didn't think soccer was a physical sport.
Yeah, and these kids are on both sides of the ball are playing fearless. I mean, they're just not overly concerned about what may happen to their bodies.
Well, LJ, when's the last time you jumped up in the air with reckless abandon with your body, not knowing what you're going to get hit by or what you're going to hit?
Well, I did it when I was 18 years old on a ski slope once, and 3.5 hours later I woke up and they told me what happened.
I'm sure it was impressive.
It was a lot more impressive than my bull ride, which my rodeo career was 8 seconds.
Did you make 8?
No, it was 3 times 2 plus 2 more on the last one I hung up.
So you rode the bull, right?
Yeah,
I did.
You weren't one of those guys dressed up like a clown running around trying to get him to chase you.
There was a lot of people that mistook me for the clown. Clown saved my life one night.
Sounds like you had 4 rides for 2 seconds apiece.
It really was.
Yeah, those guys have a tough job. I mean, for all the laughing, we say, oh, there's a clown out there, but those guys are risking their lives to save other people.
Yeah, they like to call themselves bullfighters now, and they used to not do that because of the Hispanic lineage to bullfighting, but they're truly fighting them. They're athletes, make no mistake about it.
Another shot on goal there, and nice job.
But you see a lot of that. I mean, the characteristics are the same. You're seeing a lot of that on the soccer field tonight. I mean, these kids are really getting after it. You gotta hand it to Canyon Lake. They are playing with abandon.
They are, and if you're Canyon Lake, you just keep taking shot attempts because we saw this in the girls' game earlier, and the conditions are way worse right now. But we saw the ball trickle through the goalie's hands a couple of times, and it's wet and miserable out there. Sheck drives it in, and nice save. Just brought it into his chest. You don't want to just try to glove those or grab them with your hands. It is treacherous out there.
That's Lemaster that's in goal and does a nice job of handling that the shot from Sheck from about 40 yards out. Good job over on the far side by Espinosa, just playing the ball aggressively and riding his man down to the back line and letting the ball go over the end line for a goal kick.
It looks like that's Daniel Garcia checking in for Jonathan Ramirez.
You don't really get a feel for how miserable it is out there just looking at the soccer kids play because they're running around in shorts and and working hard in their uniforms. But if you look just down below us, it almost looks like the polar vortex hadn't left.
Yeah.
I saw you walking up here, and I almost stopped you because there was a girl moments before you did that just completely slipped on the stands there, and I mean,
it's slick.
It is really slick.
To have me in a booth talking about soccer is kind of like having that candle that you got from 8th grade during a fundraiser. That you can't really get rid of it, but you don't know what to do with it either.
We burned it last week.
Burned it last week. I burned every darn thing in my house almost. Yeah, I was laughing about all the firewood stories, and I actually had a generator, so we had a couple of necessities.
There you go. That's the way the big shots live.
Yeah. I live right down the road from you. There ain't no big shot.
Well, the one thing I've come to learn about LJ is he's got a tool for just about everything, and he's got a vehicle for just about everything.
Yeah.
I did make a lot of rescue missions. I was out on the road when nobody else dared except for those. I don't know what possesses someone to get out in a Honda at 4 degrees and think that they need to get somewhere. But we made a few rescues. People appreciated me having a Jeep and a winch.
Well, they may have been headed for Guadalajara's. Well,
they probably were. I would have loved a hot taco. It's I sang a lot of renditions of Country Boy Can't Survive. And then, of course, my family called me, saying you might be a redneck if.
Well, it's 19 minutes left here in the first half.
Thies pretty strong on the ball, and he's able to take Sheck off of it. And here comes Fritz with the ball, and he just has really great skills at handling. And that's a cross right there. Nice job by Sean Bell to kick it away and free it up.
It was an awesome job by Sean Bell. You actually saw him on his heels, and he stood his ground and just got a foot on the ball. That was a tough save for anybody that's never played goalie. When you're kind of on your back heels and they have you in a position you don't want to be in, you're just basically sticking limbs out there.
Shuttlebar crosses, gets it over to Gracia. Gracia back to Hernandez. Hernandez trying to find some action. Ball's poked away by Boerne.
We got a player injured.
We got a player down on the field. I think it might have that collision with Nelson or Gracia. I wasn't really sure.
I think that was the collision with Tony Hernandez, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, those two were playing the ball. Nothing illegal about that. But as we talked about just a few minutes ago, if you don't think soccer's physical, it's one of the most physical sports I have ever played. I have come away with more injuries playing soccer than just about any sport.
Well, you don't have any pads on.
That's right. I was going to say football is calculated and protected. Soccer, you're out there in clothes that you would wear to the beach, and a pair of cleats, and playing a full contact sport. Yep. I'm always amazed at the lack of fear by the goalies. They get up and mix it up with anybody. I liken it to the guy that plays catcher. People think catchers catch the ball. They don't. They get in the way of it.
Yep.
They block. It bounces off of them.
Yeah, you have to have a special athlete back there that plays goalie. You think that's just I'm gonna put the weakest guy. No, you got to have somebody that's tough, that can play aggressively, and
it's fearless.
Many times fearless.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I was
not to mention, many times they're one of the better athletes on the whole team.
I was catching part of the girls soccer game, and I got to say that our goalie did a remarkable job back there. Score wouldn't reflect it, but
yeah, absolutely. That would be Lexi Hediger. She played a really nice game. Well, the clock is. We got a clock issue.
Yep. We're getting word to start the clock. There's
Yep.
18 minutes left. It takes a special person and a special athlete to say, hey, I'm going to go jump up and try to block this ball. And here comes Boerne.
Oh, nice shot by
save
Bell
by
again.
Bell. But you jump up, and you've got knees flying towards your rib cage. You got heads going towards your mouth. Not many people are willing to sacrifice like that.
well, never mind the fact that somebody's kicking an 8-inch object at you at 70 miles an hour, and you decide to put your face in front of it. I mean, I don't know who around in the audience has ridden a motorcycle, but if you get hit by a bug at 70 miles an hour, or if you get hit by a marshmallow at 70 miles an hour, it's 70 miles an hour of contact.
And that's a muff on that crossing kick right there. They wish they had that one back. But yeah, you're right, LJ. That's one you won't forget if you take a broadside to the side of your head. That's for sure.
In this kind of weather, a kick from 3 feet in front of you off the side of the noggin is not a pleasant thing.
All right.
Bell with a strong kick puts it back into play.
And
Immediately
Boerne
headed
right
by
on the
Boerne.
attack. Looking here for a cross. Sheck gets in the way of that. Hernandez there. Now Canyon Lake on the attack. And just trying to control the ball. Boot up from Espinoza. And won by Boerne. Coming the other way. Sheck defending.
Sheck does a nice
A
shot.
nice
coming
give
from
and go
behind.
here by Boerne. And Canyon Lake right there. He wants a foul, but he's not going to get it. It's going to be a goal kick.
Sheck doing a great job of just kind of creating interference any way he can. Even if the speed or agility may be a little bit quicker, Sheck's done a good job of staying with the ball and just kind of disrupting things.
Sheck is pretty remarkable athlete. I know after the last game we did, he ran over 6 miles during the course of that game and had 39 sprints during the middle of it. So that just speaks to what the athlete is doing in the middle.
It takes a special athlete, especially when you play a demanding position like midfield, and he's playing defense and offense. And he's running constantly back and forth.
End to end.
Somebody told me I had to go out on a wet field when it's 40 degrees and run for 90 minutes. I'd ask them where the Dairy Queen was.
Wait. Hold on a second now. If there was a deer sprinting across there, it might be a different story.
That's true. I will sit through miserable conditions in order to see four-legged animals.
It always amazes me, hunters going out there and doing that. I mentioned earlier you'd have to pay me a lot to hit a golf ball, but maybe not. I mean, golfers are a different breed, too. I might actually go out there and play in this.
Well, it's getting a little thicker, so it's a little more difficult for us to make out exactly which player is doing what over on the far side of the field. Hopefully, you're able to pick it up as you watch it on the camera.
Yeah, I think you got Tony Hernandez over there and Pressgrove both on the outside. It's just hard to see in this kind of weather, and we're trying to do the best we can. In this game, it's hard to see the numbers just because of the fog. In the first game, it was the long ponytails from the girls.
That's
You can
right.
never see it.
Yeah, I'd like to have a discussion with the uniform creators, though. They could use a different font that's a little more pronounced. I mean, football players, you got cameras and binoculars, and you kind of know who's in the 70s and the 60s and the teens. But you're looking down here on guys that are wearing, you can't tell 19 from 14.
Bell does a nice job of coming out, just aggressively playing that shot on goal, coming out 20 feet out of the goal to knock it away.
Yeah, he came out aggressively, made a good play on the ball, and Boerne, to their credit, recognized that. And there you saw a quick shot on goal, but
Yep.
Canyon Lake in position defensively to deny him. So it's 2-0. Still, 13 minutes and some change here in the first half. I think Coach Schrader's got to be pleasantly surprised with the effort of his ball club today.
Yeah, they're coming out and playing aggressive. They're fighting for every ball. We talked about in the first game. It's about fighting for every possession and not just giving up and giving it up to your opponent. And I'd say that Canyon Lake is really fighting for each possession in this game.
Well, it's the old adage: win every ball. If you're playing hockey, win every puck. If you're playing baseball, it's win every pitch, right? And if you consistently do that, good things are going to happen. And I think you're seeing that here.
Speaking of hockey, we've got some Canadians, I think, out there listening. Mr. Sheck, Josh Sheck, his family, a lot of family up in the, I think, Ontario area.
Well, I like to say hey to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you. Hope you're staying warm. We had a little bit of your weather down here last week. We gladly sent it back, and but it stayed a little longer than we wanted.
Yeah, while we were dealing with the temperatures in the
It was
5 to 12 range, they were probably minus 50. So
it was like a bad house guest you couldn't get rid of. It just kept lingering and lingering. Here comes Canyon Lake on the pressure. Nelson over to Hernandez.
oh, that's actually Ramirez.
I'm sorry, Ramirez.
Yep, it's tough to see these jerseys, but I'll give you a tip for everybody that's watching this and broadcasters. Ramirez has one black shoe and one green shoe.
There you go.
So
that's the tell. I'll have to.
We've got to do something with the girls. One needs to have a pink shoe and a green shoe. We have an orange shoe, I know. So Sheck will, again, from basically the same side of the field, almost the same spot here, going to try to drive this in. Last time, this is where you saw the collision between the goalie and I think it was Pressgrove. Let's see what happens here. Another nice boot into the middle. Goalie's out. Ball trickles. Oh, just off of the side. And we're going to get a call. And what is it going to be? It's just going to be a corner kick, I think.
Yeah, I think that the defender that came across may have touched the ball while he was trying to clear it because they immediately blew whistle. And it wasn't the goalie. The goalie made a play on the initial ball, but he fortunately had a defenseman that came in behind him and was able to clean it up.
Yeah, that's been two great crosses by Sheck here. So here we go on the other side. Nelson with a curve into the middle. Sheck over there.
Ball's free.
You had Garcia with a chance, but Boerne on the attack, and they're already coming the other way. And we're going to get a trip from behind. That's going to go on Sheck. And maybe lucky there. Those trips from behind, those generally tend to get a card to come out of the back hip pocket of the officials.
That was one of those things that he didn't aggressively go after the ball. He did bump him from behind. You are correct, but he didn't swipe it at the ball across his legs. So I think they gave him a little bit of grace right there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And here's Boerne to send it in. This is a beautiful ball. Sean Bell right there. And the Hawks quickly racing down the other side of the field. Nelson in there with a little. That was not Nelson. That was actually Garcia, and he got pushed there, no call.
Ballinger makes a good play on the ball that time and is able to clear it back the other direction.
Yep. Sheck giving chase to the outside with the help of Espinoza. Here's Boerne, though, looking to put the ball right back in.
Espinoza does a nice job of just coming out and playing aggressively on the ball. Is able to punch it out at least another 20 yards to give a little more space.
They're not giving Boerne much opportunity here. They're closing on them very fast, every ball. And here's Schotterbauer trying to make a move on the outside. It's going to be a throw-in for the Greyhounds. We have a substitution.
We got about 9 minutes left here in the first half, 2-0. Boerne up on Canyon Lake, but again, Canyon Lake has played very aggressive in this game. I have to really commend the way that they've really just pressured the ball again and again and again, and that right there you got the substitution. We've got Hernandez coming out and Pressgrove going back in.
Well, here in district play, Boerne coming off. We talked about the 11-0 win over Wimberley and then the 9-0 win over Davenport. We're 2-0 here in the first half. I think Coach Schrader has really got to be happy. Now, we do have the win behind our backs. It'll be interesting to see in the second half if that energy translates or carries over.
Well, yeah, that and you always have to be careful. Those last 5 minutes of any half, everybody's getting a little bit tired. They've been out on the field for a long time, and that's where mistakes can happen. And right there, we got a handball, and that's going to go right back over to Boerne. They're going to get another free kick. Yeah,
you don't want to go down another goal. 2-0 is manageable. 3-0 is not as much manageable, especially against a team of the caliber of Boerne. And here's where you got to be careful. So they're going to send a couple of defenders up, not give him a free shot on goal, but here's the send in. It's a little chip shot. Bell comes out, knocks it away. There's a shot. Sheck was right there, and that's a smart play by Josh Sheck because he saw that his goalie was out, and that ball we talk about like a ping pong or a pinball. It's bouncing around there.
Bell, as you said, Bell came out, made a play on it, couldn't corral it, and it's anybody's game. And Boerne had a guy that got a foot on it. Here comes the cross from the corner, right at the post,
and it's out. I think they're going to give a goal kick. Yeah, I mean, Sheck wisely fielded back into that position, knowing that his goalie was out, and it's actually going to be a corner kick. So
I think it hit Espinosa at the post, and I think it went across the line off of Espinosa. They're going to give them another shot at this from the corner.
Nice kick. Bell trying to clear. It looks like Nelson's in there.
Oh, there was a plethora of players that made contact with that ball.
Yeah.
They're able to get it out of the box. Long kick back harmlessly.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before, but you know, on those types of plays like that, when Boerne commits that many people, that can turn into offensive chances for you. If Bell knocks that ball out and one kick up the field, we might have a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 the other way. And the Hawks need to be cognizant of that. And maybe they could get a good scoring chance here.
Gracia
Speaking
with
of
the ball.
Scoring chances, to the outside with Pressgrove.
Boerne controls the ball, gets it back up the field. Sheck presses at midfield. Ramirez. Green shoe, black shoe.
And here may be the 2-on-1 that you want to the outside. Gracia has got one man to get around trying to make a move to get across here. A little pushing there. We're going to get a call as it's just going to be a throw-in, I think.
I think Canyon Lake's going to get the throw-in right there as he was clearly bumped out of bounds by the Greyhound player.
So here we are, 5-12. It would be really nice for Canyon Lake to get a goal on the board. Throw in.
Nelson misses it, and now it's off to the races. And here's where you see Fritz just showing his skill set coming up and getting the ball. He's so dangerous once he gets into open field with the ball.
He is, and it's what we just talked about, just the opposite direction. You know, Canyon Lake's trying to commit everybody up there to get a goal, and you see one pass, and you have Fritz who has a chance to make a move on a one-on-one, and you can't get caught napping.
No, you can't. And Canyon Lake did a good job of keeping the defense up and be able to press that. But again, it just how quickly it can go back the other direction.
Sheck stealing it, and here we have a break going now. Nice, beautiful pass to the outside. Hernandez, that's Jonathan Hernandez. Every time we go to that left side, we just can't get past that right defender.
Yeah, he's done a really great job over there on that far side. That's looks like that's number. Well, I can't tell the number over there, but he has done a heck of a job over on that far side. That the right backer, defensive back.
Yeah, he's shut down pretty much every chance that we've had.
Garcia that time with the clear.
But Boerne right back on the attack. Maybe trying to work a little give and go. Good defense by the Hawks. Good footwork there by Boerne.
Nice feathered, nice little pass upfield. Ramirez pressing the ball up. No, that's not Ramirez. Take that back. But that is another green shoe, black shoe person. That'd be number 2. That is
Christian.
Christian. I guess they traded shoes.
You know,
Maybe they share shoes.
I think you may have something
I'm
there.
thinking we're on to something here.
That looks like something the Twins would pull off.
Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately, one's a size 10 and the other one's a size 14 and a half.
Right. Right.
That'd be pretty tough.
Yeah. They used to laugh. They always made fun of me because I'd give one pair of red shoes and one pair of blue shoes. And then when they got real uniforms, everybody would say, well, how you tell them apart? I said, generally, I just look at their number or the fact that one's right-handed or left-handed.
Okay, we know what happened here last time with Shuck. I mean, this is basically the same spot.
With 2:13 here, this is the place where we'd love to just make a strike, make a dagger right here, and get this back to a one-score game.
Yeah, 2 minutes left here. Canyon Lake doesn't want to give up a cheap goal, and Boerne's in the same position. It's 2-0. This is a very tight ball game. Sheck drives this one hard this time. Cleared out. And Sheck will pick it back up. Surveying the field. Nelson.
Back to Nelson, back to Sheck.
These two
He takes
doing
a shot.
a little tango. And, hey, you'll take shots like that, especially in this weather. A slick ball. You never know what can happen.
Sheck steals the pass.
He seems to be all over the field right now.
The disruptor.
Quite the disruptor.
So Boerne appears as though they may be content going into halftime 2-0. It looks like they're playing a little bit more defensive. Don't want to give anything away.
Nothing cheap.
We'll have the wind at their back in the second half. So just playing a little methodically, passing it around. But they kind of remind you of a almost like a cobra snake. You know, they're wound tight. They're coiled. They make you think
They're asleep.
they're asleep, and then when you least expect it,
Oh, what a little pass right there. Oh,
that almost went in.
And it's still free. It's open.
Still in the box.
Garcia can't clear.
Player down, and Canyon Lake able to clear it, and we just talked about it. You think you're safe, and then boom.
Bam.
That was nearly a goal.
Fritz does an incredible little pop just over the defender, maybe 10 feet in the air, just over the head of the defender, and put it in place. Great save by Bill right there on a diving save. Kicks the ball out. Boerne still has the ball. Shot back inside.
Oh, no goal.
No goal.
The time had expired.
Oh, my goodness.
I was about to give that countdown. When he had the ball in the corner, there was 4 seconds.
Woo!
And I saw that clock hit
my
zero
God.
just fractions before he took that shot. Good catch by the officials.
It was a great right there by the. I tell you what, that was remarkable right there by Sean Bell. Sean Bell dives on what was a great crossing shot on goal, is able to punch it out. But once again, Boerne right there. They get the ball back. They reverse it and shot it just as the clock expired, and that was a no-go. So, how's it feeling out there, Corey? You got the feeling in your hand at this point?
No, this is a prosthetic hand. It looks real,
It looks
but it's
real.
not.
It's
I went down to BAMC.
It's no longer functional. Is
I've
what you're
been
telling me.
fitted. Nope, good. It's good to go. It's a little bit colder in the girls' game than it was the boys' game, but it is what it is. I'm ready to give away some of those Mima tacos.
Mima's tacos.
It's like
so,
you got
so how are we going to do this, Corey? I mean, we're going to give away these tacos. What's the process you're going to follow here?
So what you do is you'll be given a number.
You're going to get a number.
You text the number.
You text the number.
Your name.
You don't call the number.
No, you don't call it.
But you do need to text the number, and you need to put your name in that text.
That's correct. And say, I want
so,
my Meemaws tacos.
Look, if you want to do this, you might just go ahead and get your name typed in. We're going to give you the number. Let's give you that number.
Ready?
Yeah. It's
210.
210.
246.
246.
3345.
45. Okay.
That's the number. Text to win. We'll take number 1 and 5.
Get there. And right now. Text it. Number 1 and number 5. So whoever was the quickest, who was that had that lined up with their name in there and the number in, maybe they had it programmed, maybe they had it on speed dial. You never know.
You never know.
The person that did that is going to be the one that's going to hit the mother load, and they're going to get Meemaws tacos. And we already had a couple winners tonight. We saw Ryan Patey already sort of hit pay dirt, and Cassie Parma hit pay dirt. So we're giving stuff away. So we'll see what we get here. Number 1 and number 5.
Our last broadcast, we had a sweep by an entire family.
Yes. We have had that happen before. We did that in that game. It was Coach Hooper's family that just cleaned up on us. And
he got the tacos and the nutrition shack. They cleaned up.
We're going to do a nutrition check too, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're a sponsor. So we talk about some of our new sponsors. We talked about the House of CBD. We had them on earlier. And the nutrition shack, they're new to the neighborhood down there off of 306 in the Canyon City area. Just down past Granny D's if you're heading south or
east. Where is it exactly? I mean, if you're driving along.
Nutrition Shack, if you're going down 306, headed to Bronzeville's, and you're going past the Access Dam Road.
The dam road.
It's about a half mile on the left. On the left.
So you go past Granny's D's.
Yes,
Granny D's on the left, so you're going to go a little farther.
A couple blocks to the left. It's right up in there.
And you see some rock buildings that are there that have been there a long time, right? And that's where they're at. So we're going to take a quick break here in just a moment, pay a couple of bills, let Corey warm up. He's got people texting in, and we are giving away we're giving away goods. We're giving away Meemaws tacos.
Meemaws tacos.
Number 1 and number 5. 210
246 3345.
So you're saying there's still a chance?
Yeah, there's still a chance.
All right. 210 246 3345. Okay, we're gonna go pay a couple bills here, and then we will be back in just a moment.
Hey, Hog fans, did you know that not only is Hog Country a fantastic place to live, but Comal County and surrounding areas are amongst the fastest growing areas in the entire country? If you or someone you know is considering buying or selling any type of real estate, call your Hog Strong Realtor, Steve Crisp. Steve has lived here for over 20 years and is very knowledgeable about the current real estate market here in Hog Country. Steve is a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Don Johnson Company, located right here in Canyon Lake, home of the Mighty Hogs. Whether you're interested in selling or buying, let Steve go to work for you, furnishing all the information needed to make an educated real estate transaction. Due to the strong real estate market, our property here in Hog Country has and continues to appreciate in value. If you own real estate and would like a no-obligation market analysis on the current value of your property, give Steve a call at 830-832-0257. That's 830-832-0257. Go Hawks!
We are Brookshire Brothers, selling groceries and growing communities since 1921. Giving back is how we celebrate. Your family, your town, your future. Come celebrate with us. Brookshire Brothers.
Whether you're needing assistance with your mortgage to buy your home, buy a vacation home or rental property, refinance or take the equity out of your home to pay off high-interest credit card debt or other financial needs, call Mike Horner at Gold Financial Services, your local mortgage lender. Whether you have great credit or have had an issue or life situations that have affected your credit, he is there for you. Call him today at 210-240-6196. Mike Horner at Gold Financial Services, NMLS, number 234487, Equal Opportunity Lender. Gold Financial Services is a division of AMCAP Mortgages LTD, NMLS number 129122.
Hi there, Hawk fans. This is David and Melissa Salcedo coming to you from Meemaw's Tacos. It's our favorite time of the year again. Here at Meemaw's, we love supporting our Hawk Athletics. Whether cheering them on the field or court, or feeding their muscles at the shop. We're open 7 days a week, breakfast and lunch. Whether you're looking for a simple taco like a bean and cheese, or crazy fat taco with everything on it, we've got it.
We also serve lunch plates ranging from crispy tacos and enchiladas to flautas and nachos. Not to mention our ever so popular Frito Bandito and our big burrito, the swamp chicken. David and I would like to thank the Canyon Lake community for your support of our business. And we are proud to be celebrating our 3-year anniversary on September 4th. Thanks, Canyon Lake.
So come early, be loud, and stay late, Hawk fans. Slot Team Mafia is hunting for dinner.
And be sure to listen from our Telly to give away Meemaw's gift cards throughout the broadcast.
Go Hawks!
And Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the Voice of the Hawks, coming to you live from Canyon Lake High School in a fog-induced soccer game where the Boerne number 2 ranked Boerne Greyhounds are up ahead 2-0 against the Hawks, playing their hearts out. And we gave away some tacos online a while ago for the broadcast. One of our sponsors, Meemaw's Tacos. And the winners for the tacos are Chad Bentley.
Chad Bentley.
Congratulations,
Chad
assistant
Bentley.
principal here at Canyon Lake. One of the assistant principal here.
Father of Sonny Bentley.
Sonny Bentley's
Yeah,
son.
oh, yeah,
plays
yeah.
kind of nose guard tackle on the football
He
team.
does.
Had a heck of a year.
He did have a heck of a year. Even though we called his name wrong probably the first half of the season. Newcomer, but we got it right eventually.
Yeah, we did. He's
We're slow.
Makaloff, and came down here, and Chad's the AP, won the AP, so he won the $8 gift certificate.
Congratulations.
And Ben Parmas. Ben is is a relative, if you will, of some people around here.
Yeah.
And,
okay. Well, congratulations to them. Thanks for sticking in there and listening with us. And we got a 2-0 ball game, but it's a tight one, and it's quite a good one right at the moment.
We'll be back tomorrow night, airtime 5:45 for the Wimberley soccer game.
Yeah, we'll come back. We talked about that earlier with the girls. We got a little bit of a practice in with the girls earlier.
Yeah.
We learned some numbers, we learned some names, and made sure that we kind of got our act together. And hopefully we'll give you a little better product tomorrow night. Hopefully they'll have a little better game. They went down 7-0 to the number 6 ranked Boerne Greyhounds earlier tonight.
Well, it's Wimberley. It's going to be a rival game. The Wimberley took the first game. I think 2-0, 3-0. Is that right? Do you remember that game score? They lost on the road. Wimberley comes into our town tomorrow, and airtime will be 5:45. So we'll do it all again.
Well, we know Wimberley's got a good game, right? Good crew over there, squad.
Yeah, the girls played in Wimberley and lost 3-1. It was
3-1. Sorry.
Pretty good game. This game reminds me a lot of the girls' game. Down 2-0 at halftime, and the girls came out aggressively in the second half, but you only saw that for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and then Boerne was able to add another goal and then another, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. If the Hawks can come out with the same energy as they had in the first half, Boerne probably thought that they were going to walk in here and it was going to be a cakewalk. Well, I can tell you right now, if Canyon Lake puts a little pressure and gets an early goal and it's all of a sudden 2-1, there's going to be some nail biting.
Well, we hope that's what transpires. We're all up for a really good game, but, we got a lot of listeners out there from Boerne, and they've got a squad to be proud of. They're number 2 in the state, and we've seen guys like Justin Moore and Rowdy Fritz just really go up there and show us what they got, and that's quite a lot.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by Boerne, and really what stands out is their offensive power or their quickness or their strike ability. You're at one end of the field and you think, hey, let's maybe put something in the net, and then you blink the eye, and here comes Boerne, and they're attacking. And they come with reckless abandon.
You have to have a minimal 3 guys, probably 4 guys, kind of setting back in a defensive posture. If you don't, you'll pay the price because they will. They're like that cobra, right?
Yeah.
They're going to strike, and you're going to pay the price.
Well, they're Cobra Kai. If you watch it, strike first, right? Strike hard, strike first. That is what the Greyhounds do.
Yeah.
And to the Hawks' credit, they've been there to deny most of those chances.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep
There we
the
go.
leg.
Danielson.
There you go. Well, we are getting ready to kick off this second half as the teams take the field, and we're happy to be here. We're happy to be up in this booth where we got a little heat going. That's good for us. Not so much for Corey. He's out there working the camera, but glad to bring you this game as we get ready to get this kicked off.
There are some brave souls out there because sitting out in the stands right now from both sides, it's miserable.
Yeah, you're going to be a little damp, I think. If you're not just full on wet, you're definitely going to be damp. It's going to take you a while to sort of dry off out of that. And here we go, the initial kick. There you go, Fritz, just in a foot race down to the corner, trying to beat Canyon Lake and kick that.
And you see it from here from the opening kickoff. You see what Boerne's going to bring. You see the intensity.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, that was kind of amazing to watch. There were so many people that were just kind of, not milling around, but they weren't aggressively approaching the ball. And then all of a sudden, Fritz comes shooting out of there like Gonzo out of the cannon and sprinting down the field on a full attack.
Fritz has got some wheels on him. There's no doubt about it. And he's got great ball control, and we've seen that already.
And there's two beautiful passes in traffic. Bell coming out, surveying, and he'll clean that one up. But
Sam Thies has been really been a guy that has been able to do that give and go with Fritz this entire game, and they've got a little something cooking. They clearly have played a lot of ball together over the years, I suspect.
So, Chad, for our non-soccer folks like myself, what are you coaching when you say, okay, goalie, it's okay to get out beyond the net, so to speak, and get wide to go retrieve a ball? What are you looking for to allow him to feel comfortable to do that?
Well, in most of those cases, you're in no man's land, and at that point, you really want to just clear the ball out. Obviously, if you get out of the box, you can't touch it with his hands. But I've always said that you need an aggressive goalie that does come out of the box, because if you sit back and wait and a defender makes a bad play, he slips, whatever the case may be, you're basically setting yourself up to get scored on.
Yeah, and the farther you are back towards the net, the wider the net is for the person trying to kick at it. You come out and you aggressively attack the ball. You force a decision out of the offensive player farther away from your net than if he's up close. So usually it plays in your best interest to be aggressive and make those sort of plays.
Yeah, and you say, well, hey, Sean Bell, he's a seasoned goalie. He knows how to do those things. But you got to take into account, here comes the ball. It's 40 feet away. It's landing somewhere between you and Fritz, and you know the kind of speed that Fritz has. Can you get there before he does?
Right.
And so you've got to gauge that as well, and you've got to know who you're up against.
And if you're going to go, you can't hesitate. You got to go.
That's it.
You got to make quick decisions and have confidence in your own skill and speed to make those things happen. Nice cross. That's coming from number 3. That's Brian Fernandez.
Jonathan Ramirez clearing it for the Hawks. Big
nice
ball.
Job.
We got a chance here. Gracia one-on-one, and Boerne doing an excellent job just to clear it.
That's right. That's I believe that's number 15, it looks like. Justin Moore maybe on that.
The Hawks quickly attacking. Gracia looking to cross. Over the middle, he'll Schottelbauer on the outside. Boerne gets it out.
Checked it. That was Scott Hetty. That was the defender on that play. Did a nice job.
He did an excellent job.
A little give and go between Ramirez and Czech. Missed kick by Ramirez, but he's able to recover. They're going to look for a penalty over there as Ramirez aggressively came from behind the defender to try to kick the ball away. He does poke it away, but goes through the defender, and they're going to call a penalty on that, they're going to get a free kick.
Yeah, I think he kicked the back of his foot there from behind, and that's you lose possession of the ball. That's an automatic call every time. So Boerne will send it up, and here's one of those things. If Canyon Lake could get it out quick, we could have an offensive chance the other direction. Sheck will head it out of there. Pressgrove coming back to play on the ball along with Nelson.
And that is Moore with the ball right there. That's a nice job of footwork.
Canyon Lake will clear it. I think that was Rodriguez.
Yeah, I think it was Rodriguez that cleared it. Ball's quickly back in. That's number 2.
Shot. Bell stops it. It gets out, and is that Garcia that cleared? I'm sorry, that was Hernandez.
It's Hernandez.
Yep.
Hernandez has proven to be quite the stopper back there when he's playing in that middle defensive back position. He's a big guy. It takes up a lot of space. He's got a big leg on him. Pressgrove.
And Boerne on the ball.
And Fernandez. Back to Espinoza. Knocked down by...
Boerne is relentless right now. Every time we try to send the ball up, it is getting deflected, blocked, sent back the other way, and here we have another chance for Boerne on a beautiful pass.
He's got the ball. Nice defensive job at the cross.
Oh,
point-blank range right there. And, that is one that number 4, that's going to be Landon Murphy would like to have back, as he was literally in the mouth of the goal, and the ball goes up and over the bar.
Those are the ones that you fall to your knees and you put your hands on your head and you're like, how did I miss that one? But they are tough. Make no mistake about it. When a ball's coming across there, you got multiple defenders and a goalie that's moving side to side. They're tougher than they look.
Yeah, it's an instant contact with the foot, and you don't always catch it exactly the way you want. You just happy you got a piece of meat on it sometimes.
If you ever watch European soccer or the World Cup and you see one of those balls like that and they miss it and everybody's screaming, "How could you miss that shot from there?" It
happens.
It does, and if you haven't walked in those shoes, trust me, it's tough. So we're still 2-0, 33, and a little change left here in the match.
Gonzalez gets it over to Castro. Castro up with the ball over to Moore.
Yeah, a little give-and-go action.
Ball's going to go over the end line. That's going to be a goal kick.
At 2-0, you still play, Boerne's going to play a little, free and stuff. But if the Hawks were able to put a ball in the back of the net here, it would put a little pressure on the Greyhounds.
Make it interesting, that's for sure.
And we're going to have not an illegal throw-in. I think he's just up too far. So he
said, nope, go back. Fernandez will throw the ball in for the Greyhounds. Thies with the ball tries to pass it forward. Espinosa gets the ball up. Gonzalez back to Espinosa. Gets the ball, clears it down the field.
Sheck will control and pass back. Bell, the goalkeeper, will boot it. But Boerne right there to win the ball. Hernandez overplays that one. Boerne with a chance. Cross here. Knocked out of bounds. And I think that was Rodriguez.
Yeah, it was Rodriguez that came across there.
Boerne seems to be down on this side of the field a lot, kind of keeping Canyon Lake on their heels. For the people that don't play soccer, I'm learning to appreciate the momentum of this game.
Yeah, and the momentum really starts if and when you have a wind. And right now, Boerne has the wind to the back. You saw Sean Bell boot some balls in the first half that went way past midfield, and you just saw that kick that just got eaten up by the wind.
Yeah, absolutely. You're just not getting the distance off those kicks that you were in the first half. So, you got to be smart with it. And the Greyhounds play they do such a good job of reacting to that kick and keeping pressure on the offense as they try to take the ball up the field.
Yep. So Bell boots it on the offsides call on Boerne. The free kick. And Hernandez will clear now. Ball stays inbounds, and we're going to get another call here. What is that? We have some irritated fans here. We don't know what is going on and why there was a whistle.
I think they were calling the ball out, and then when they said it wasn't. So I think maybe the linesman got a little confused. It's hard to tell.
Well, there's a black line and a white line. One's used for the football field, and one's used for soccer, and it's very confusing out there. It's not.
It absolutely is. You got that line used to where they're supposed to stay in between when they're on football, and you're right. It's very confusing as where that black line is at.
Yeah, an inadvertent whistle, so it's just drops the ball in for the Boerne to play, and we're back into action. One-on-one here.
Oh,
Sean Bell, great save.
That was a great save by Bell because Steve had the ball. Just him and the goalie. And
you hear the fans getting behind Bell on that. They recognize what a save that was. Once again, denying Boerne. And the Hawks just keep hanging around. Are we going to get a call?
No call.
No call there.
Yeah, Fritz goes to the ground. I think they're feeling like that was a little bit of a, acting job, but they didn't call it anyways. And so.
And if you think this game hasn't gotten intense, the fans on both sides are getting a little rowdy now, and this is in miserable weather. So you got a 2-0 game here, and give the Hawks credit. They're hanging around.
They are, again, and this Boerne team is for real. I mean, they've got a lot of players, and they got a lot of guys that can strike from a lot of different positions. We've seen what Fritz can do. We've seen Thies. We've seen Moore. We've seen Gonzalez. We've seen what these guys can do, and they've got a really good team.
And what we have not seen is a Boerne mistake yet, and those things can lead to goals. But to Boerne's credit, they have played about as clean of a game as you can play to this point.
They've really given up no breakaways to speak of. Maybe one. But even at that, I mean, it was you said they really played well and played clean.
And really, the Hawks' only scoring chances came on a couple of penalty kicks that were crosses into the box. But now we may see something here. Gracia with a beautiful move up ahead. That's Tony Hernandez, and just too far in front of him.
Just a little bit too much mustard on it, and.
Here you get Boerne caught a little bit, but
LeMaster was able to make a play on it.
Continue to deny the Hawks. Battle here at midfield. Scheck controlling. He'll try to chip it away, but right back to him. Goes to the outside. This is Espinoza. And Boerne winning the ball. Good play on the ball there from number 2. That was Christian Ramirez.
Boy, if you don't have an appreciation for the wind, that goalie just kicked that ball 25 yards further than he was able to kick it in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming the other direction. I mean, that I see now, Chad, that it makes a – there's so many other things that are momentum changers. But, you haven't seen any defeat in Canyon Lake. The aggression has not slowed. They're still scrapping.
Schottelbauer comes into the game.
Yeah, and if you keep scrapping away and keep plugging, if they could net one here, I mean we've got a ball game and we're one pass away, and it was almost right there from having an opportunity. But you can see the fans getting a little restless on the Canyon Lake side. I think they sense how well their team is playing right now, we just cannot get a scoring chance on this Boerne defense.
Yeah, right there. I mean, it looked like they had a chance and get a call right there, and it's going to go back over to Boerne. They're going to get a free kick.
Nice clear out by Ramirez on that side. And Boerne, once again attacking, drives it into the center here. Watch out. Shot on goal, and it's way wide.
Now, that is one of the disadvantages of the wind. We've seen that a couple of times where, that kick on the other side might have been, lower, a little less trajectory. But, man, you put your foot into it, and that wind is really doing some work on the ball.
You get that tailwind, and you're absolutely right.
I don't know who the ball boy is down there, but he'll go a long way for that one.
Shuttle comes out. In comes Garcia. And there's a nice play by Ramirez to keep the ball out of Landon Murphy's, mids right there.
He shielded his body with his body and let his goalkeeper make a play on the ball. It's excellent defensive play. Here's the boot from Hernandez going to the far outside. Tony Hernandez. Hernandez to Hernandez.
I've decided I'm going to put my Apple Watch on one of these kids while they're playing, and that way I can eat ice cream for the whole dang week. Because I will have closed 7 exercise rings by now.
Now, you don't get credit for those steps.
I do.
That's like putting it on your dog and saying, go run around the backyard for a while. I wear a Fitbit, and I have friends, that I compete in challenges with. If I put on one of these guys, what did you do today?
Well, I'm telling you what, man. Either that or if I was out there doing it myself, mine would have tilted already.
Yeah, it had stopped.
Yeah,
it stopped working.
That little EKG button that they have on there, that thing would have blown up. It would have already called 911.
Well, in this kind of weather, and as cold as it is and rainy, I bet it doesn't take you too long to get back to your truck.
So we're going to have a corner kick right here opportunity. Sheck's going to line it up. So here's another one of those chances. We'll see what they do here.
These have been our best scoring chances. So Hawk fans, I mean, if you're looking for something, this is the time. There's 23 minutes left in the match. Sheck crosses it in. Oh, it was right there. Gets through the sea or the wall of defenders.
And here comes Boerne the other direction.
And Canyon Lake ready for it.
Nice job by Hernandez on Fritz. Tough pass there by Sheck, was intercepted by number 12. That'd be Juan Castro. Shot on goal, and that's
on the side of the net. Whew! From here, it looked like it almost went in.
That was a heck of a shot on goal over there on the far side. I think that was Murphy. Hard for me to tell from this from this shot, but I think it was Murphy that came down that left side and was able to get a foot on the ball, just rocketed one into the side of the net.
So another opportunity for the Greyhounds, which did not result in a goal, and the Hawks just keep hanging around. But cannot get anything going right now. The effort is there. They're playing with a lot of heart, a lot of effort. They just cannot get behind this defensive unit that Boerne's putting out there.
Though, if you're a Boerne coach, though, it's similar in baseball. I mean, when you're a good team and you're letting a team hang around with you like that, you've got to be getting a little bit nervous. I mean, thinking, you're going to have to keep the pace, and that's probably what I would be saying is you got to keep the pace up because these guys are not going away.
Well, I'll tell you this: that Hetty and Ballinger, those guys have played a heck of a game back there on that defensive line. Those two defensive middle backers, they've done a really nice job of just cutting off every one of those runs that Canyon Lakes have tried to make happen.
Yeah, and it's not like Birdie's playing a bad game. They've had several chances. You had a ball that went in the net, but it was second late in the first half. You had a couple of chances on an empty or open net that they just weren't able to put home. A couple of saves by Bell. Here's another chance. And for whatever reason, the ball has just not found the net as much as probably Boerne would have liked it to, as many chances they've had.
Rodriguez does a nice job of just cutting the guy off and taking him and the ball out of the end line. That's going to set up a corner kick for Boerne as they get themselves set up to be kicking from the far side of the field here.
And here's the cross. It's a nice ball header and out of bounds. Well, LJ made a good point about it being like baseball, letting people hang around. And, I've seen that before where you had a few missed opportunities, you didn't capitalize on this or that, and you let a team hang around, and then someone from the other team bails you out, maybe hits a home run, and all of a sudden, that's what the Hawks need right now. They need a bailout. And that might come in the form of Josh Sheck, maybe Josh Nelson, or Grassi if he could get one of these guys loose, and they were able to knock one in, we'd have a ball game right now.
They're going to have to figure out how to penetrate that back line, though, of the Greyhounds, because looks like the Hetty brothers and Ballinger have just really made it a tough go, right?
They have, and this is indicative of a number 2 team in the state. But I think if you're Coach Schrader, you've got to be really happy at where you're at right now. Obviously, you'd like it to be 1-0 or nothing, but you're here 2-0, and I think you've got to be very happy with the way your team is performing. And there's a win by Pressgrove. Yep. And Grassi on the attack up the far side or near side, but there's Boerne once again, and we just keep saying it over and over.
Getting past that back line is tough. I mean, those guys are tough, and they are all they're all big and they're all athletic, and they do a great job of just clearing out the ball.
There's not a lot of glory playing defense. You don't get goals very often or even assists, but those guys really are the last line of defense other than the goalie. And the job that Boerne's 2 guys and really what Canyon Lakes guys are doing,
yeah, I mean
it's worth its weight in gold.
Oh, absolutely. You always talk about when on a tight game, you can bet those defenders have all played a pretty healthy part of keeping the game in check. And you talk about the big fellas that we have. You got Hernandez and Garcia who plays a quick tackle on the football team is back there. That's the kind of physicality that you're looking for back there. And these are young men that are good, big in size, but they got some wheels on them too.
Every ball is being fought for both sides right now. It's just it's a very good match.
Gonzalez throws the ball in. Shuttlebauer's just kind of wreaking havoc out there. Nelson crosses. Got Hernandez on the far side.
And even when you have a step on the Boerne defenders, they close in so fast. They always seem to be in the right position at the right time. And here's a cross into the goal box, but once again, Boerne cutting off.
Hey, you just can't get to the ball. I mean, they fed that time that they fed the ball in. I think Gracia fed it in, but you can't get another guy there before the defense gets to him. Nelson fighting a bunch of headers right there.
We got 16:46 left in this contest. It's 2-0 Boerne. If you're joining us late, we've had a heck of a match. Boerne's had quite a few shots on goal, has only been able to net 2 of them. Canyon Lake has only had a couple of chances, but has played a very sound game to this point.
That's going to go off at Hernandez, and that's going to give a corner kick from.
And there was a cross, just a little high.
Extremely stingy second half by Canyon Lake so far, and a lot of it just has to do, I think, with grit, determination. I mean, these kids are just not going away.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning. It's fighting for every ball, man. And if you're not in a mindset to fight for every ball, you will get beat to it. And they gave up one, what I would consider to be one sort of a cheap goal, the very first one that they gave up. I'm sure that Bell would love to have that back, but it's been a tight contest throughout. But again, very difficult for Canyon Lake to sort of break through that defensive backfield of Boerne. It's been tough, and those guys have just closed down every run that Canyon Lake has made up to this point.
One of the things I'm gaining a lot more appreciation of is I've been watching the play away from the ball. You know, soccer is one of those things where it's a whole lot of following the ball around. You know, but the play away from the ball has been interesting to watch. They're just as physical away from the ball as they are when they're on it.
Well, again, we talk about, you got to play your position, and you say, well, it's just another person on the field, but everybody has a responsibility to be in a place, and you can tell these teams, they kind of know where their guys are going to be, and that's when you're playing at that level, you just know where your partner's going to be. That's when you start to see that sort of level sort of step up in terms of the quality of the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, you can tell that these guys have played together for a while. And here comes Boerne again, and that's going to be a takedown. I think we're going to have no foul there.
Both went for the ball, and that's Hernandez just coming up and putting the body on Fritz as they both went up for the ball. The East has had a number of opportunities.
Good stop by Sheck, who came back to play some defense.
The disruptor.
And Boerne, when you're a team of that caliber, every night you're going to get someone's best shot. They're going to want to, we want to beat Boerne.
Yep.
And to their credit, they've played a stellar game.
Here's the cross.
Bell is out off the fingertips, shot, blocked, defect. I mean, there's just a mass of bodies in there.
That time, the ball came free, but Thies just couldn't get a clean shot at the goal. I mean, he had too many green shirts between him and the goal, and they did a nice job of the defenseman coming in and really bailing out a little bit. Here comes the cross from the other side.
He's just going to let that go. It's going to be a throw-in now.
It's a throw-in.
I thought he was going to send that one back in, but he just let it go there. It's 13:02.
With the 2-0 lead, Boerne doesn't have to play overly aggressive here, right? And you'll notice they have really 3 guys back solid and a 4th guy that's just kind of lingering, make sure that they don't give up a fast break at this point.
No, obviously they love a goal. 3-0 is a lot more comfortable, but you don't want to get caught in a position where you give up a goal because you don't have enough defenders back there. Obviously, another goal would be nice for Boerne, so they are still trying to attack here. But this is a lot closer than I think most people thought it would be.
And we're going to have a corner kick. Here's the cross. Ball's up. Nice job by Bell coming out and just poking it away. Ball's still live. Centers. Nice job.
Good clear. I think there was Rodriguez in there.
I think it was Rodriguez that got that clear. No, I think it was Ramirez, number 11, that was able to get it out of there. Nice job.
You can feel the fans getting a little antsy. There's a cross, dangerous ball right there. I think we'll get offsides.
Woo! That was a very nice, great cross. He's a little aggressive on the far side. The far side wingman just was a little ahead of the defender.
Coach Schrader is working the sidelines, and he is intense. I think he senses what's going on here, and I think his team is responding to him.
Well, we got 11 minutes left, right? You know, so it's the time is now. You're not a lot of time left here in this game to get 2 scores.
Yeah, I like to see that kind of animation out of a coach on the sidelines. I mean, it really helps. You know, when you're tired and fatigued, I mean, you got 10 minutes to go in an extremely long match. You know, you kind of need that type of I don't know, animation on the sidelines to kind of keep you in it, keeps your spirits up. It looks like a blue light special down in that's goals when all this is going on. I'm telling you what, it looks like they're going after the last toaster on Black Friday.
Well, to speak of the caliber of the unit that Boerne has out there, on that last penalty, I don't know how many viewers saw that, but as soon as that whistle was blown, it was about a second and a half before they put the ball down and were off and running. And if you don't think you can't get caught napping here, Boerne's going to take every advantage they have.
And you're going to get a tackle there that they're going to call a penalty on Canyon Lake. The ball's going to go over. They're going to get a free kick here.
It's 9:57 left. Canyon Lake is committing 3 guys up front. You know Coach Schrader would love a goal here. You still got to be patient, and you got to be tough on defense. You still have time, but this Boerne squad is just very impressive. They are not going to give you anything in here. They have a chance in the goal. Another save by Bell. Wow. Bats it away again, taps it. Gotta love the play of Sean Bell today.
Yes, indeed. That was aggressively going after it. High kick, not able to control it.
Nelson will win that one.
Espinosa's going to throw the ball in.
We got a substitution here. Looks like that'll be Christian Ramirez checking in. And he'll replace Dylan Clark.
Yep.
So maybe some fresh legs. Maybe can get Canyon Lake going. That ball's going to soar out of bounds. 8:36. Can the Hawks get a goal here? And what Boerne's doing is they have so much trust in one another. They don't get panicked, and they don't all run to the ball. They play their position, and they say, hey, I know you're good over there. If you get beat, I'll be in the right position because I'm in my position.
Yep.
And they trust one another, and that's the makings of a good ball club. And there's a miscue, and we have a chance here. Gracia's got a couple of defenders to beat. He gets around one to the outside here. Schottebauer back to the middle, and Boerne again denying the Hawks. That's been about the best chance they've had here in the second half.
I think that was number 15 that came in, Justin Moore, that was able to punch that ball away.
Good long throw in. Ball in the middle.
Free.
And there are people on the ground. 2 Hawks are down, and we're going to probably get a stoppage in play here.
7 minutes left here in this game. That was one of the better chances that Canyon Lake's had in attempts to score. It's just been that hard to get past those defenders.
Yep. No stoppage in play. Just going to give the ball back to them. They had a couple of guys down, but they did pop up. Canyon Lake sacrificing at all risks to try and get something, and They just cannot get past this defense. 6:34 and ticking. 2-0 Boerne. Bell coming out, another great save. And what many thought would probably be a blowout has turned into a dogfight right now.
Wait, pardon our interruption on the camera. I think our cameraman's trying to wipe it down a little bit, make sure that you can still see something out on the field.
Yeah.
So it's
There's a.
it's getting thicker. It's
Yeah,
getting
it
thicker.
is. It little more swamp and a whole lot less daylight. You know, I think Bell has really put the dog in the dog fight tonight. He has been.
It's been sensational. And another save right there
Another
by
great
Bell.
save.
And there he is again. You know, it's.
Whoa.
And we're getting attacked by windows in our own booth.
Yeah, I just got hit by a window that flew open. Wow.
Lord.
So I would say the wind is still
Oh, no.
going.
Oh, no.
There-
Goal.
Goal.
We got attacked by a window and took our eyes off the prize, and they finally got past us.
Well,
Just a crossing kick. Somebody penetrated down, point blank range and was able to push it through.
well, nothing like it doesn't go back in there. It does. Just you got to lean it up. That's all you can do.
And
We have a fine press box here, and
we're definitely battling the
those locks
elements
don't
in
do
our own.
anything, man. Yeah, we can still see it. Just keep.
Well, yeah. So we're having troubles with this camera screen because of the dampness. We've been attacked by windows. You can tell that LJ's in the box because all kinds of weird stuff is happening.
And we just gave up a goal.
Yes, and that.
Yeah, that may be the final nail in the coffin.
But not a denial of the effort of Canyon Lake. They're still out there just fighting for every opportunity.
Yeah, if nothing else, you're sending a message to Boerne and maybe to the rest of the district that, hey, Canyon Lake is here and they're coming every night and they're not going down without a fight.
Darren and I talk a lot about this during the football broadcast and about the fact there's really no such thing as a moral victory. I mean, we don't cotton to that. However, there are a lot of good takeaways from tonight's effort.
Well, look, this is the number 2 team in the state. And as we talked about, these are barometer games when you play a team like this. And no, you may not come away with the win, but how well did you match up? And how well did you take the body blows and go toe-to-toe with them? And look, Canyon Lake's going to probably end up dropping this game as we sit here with a three-goal deficit with 4 minutes left. But they have well acquitted what they're doing out there right now, and it'll come back and pay dividends as the season wears on.
What I really like to see here is the Hawks are playing with a lot of confidence.
Yep, they are.
And you sense that in their play. They just haven't been able to shake the Boerne defense. And
No.
That's Boerne's defense, just very tough. But
as much as we talk about Boerne on the offensive side, it's their defense that has made the difference in this game. I tell you what, they have not given up anything at all.
Yeah, and Canyon Lake has some more than capable players. Josh Sheck, Gracia, Alex Gracia. I mean, Josh Nelson. These guys are seasoned players that can put the ball in the net, and Boerne has constantly denied. I sound like Eva Mendes on.
I was gonna say
the one where the guys were joined at the hip. What was that one?
Oh,
the movie. I'm just drawing a blank. But I remember in that movie she said something about deny. I think one of them was trying to be an actor or something, and it had gotten out in the press. And And just remember that. For some reason, it stuck in there. Maybe it was Eva Mendes. I don't know.
Eva Mendes is memorable. And, to play off that, I'll tell you, as a coach of any sport, you're always telling your guys, especially when you're going up with, a competition like this, you may not win, but by God, they're going to remember that they played us, and I think that's what you're looking for. Now we got a referee down with a cramp.
Referee's got a cramp.
Yeah.
So there you go. This game is tough on everybody.
Yeah.
You're going end to end in this in these things, and you don't think about those refs making those line judges go up and down, but we got one down. We're gonna go hydrate him, probably get a little fluid in him.
He's struggling.
Lord have mercy. There's a lot of back and forth. I mean, he's had to move around quite a bit, but it makes you appreciate the condition that these kids are in, because these adults are out here trying to run with them, and they're not having as much luck.
No, they are not.
It's a tough job for sure. We saw the baseball game the other night. We saw an umpire take a ball to the hip, to the arm, to the head, to every imaginable place you could think of.
Yeah, he finally cashed out. He waved the white flag, just took the mask off, and said, "Okay, boys, I'm done."
Yeah, that last one where I don't think he could even move his arm after a foul ball went off of him for about the third time. I think his night was over. So
and yet you see, 16, 17, 18-year-olds running around the field. I mean, Lord, they've taken more shots off the head than Frazier did against Ali. And yet they're still out there battling like, this game just started. So, it tells you that there's a lot of good things to look forward to. It tells you that Schrader's really kind of instilled a culture in the soccer team that you want to hang on to.
Here comes Fritz, looking to try to break through the defense. Hernandez is there, as is Garcia. Fighting,
no give up from the Hawks.
Nope.
Still a minute 35 left, but you see they're fighting for every ball down to the last second. That tells me all I need to know about Coach Schrader and the respect that his team has for him. They are playing tough right now.
Down to just about 1 minute left in this game. .110 to be exact.
Well, I'll give you a little perspective on how well the Hawks are playing tonight. The Hawks, who did not have a good game in their last match, lost to Davenport 4-2. And that same Davenport team that they lost to got beat by Boerne 9-0 less than a week ago.
Yeah, I think Canyon Lake had a little bit of a winter storm hangover as they came back to play that first game out at Davenport on Tuesday.
Good grief, we all did. I mean, we're burning our furniture in order to stay warm.
22 seconds.
But I think Coach Schrader's going to be pleased with the effort, right? It's a tough team, and he's going to be pleased with the fight that he had tonight. And look, our hats off to this Boerne team. This Boerne team, they've got the makings of a team that can go pretty deep into the playoffs. We saw that happen with a really strong Canyon Lake team about 3 years ago as we took it all the way into the state semifinals. So this team looks like they're made of both offensive and defensive strength and skill, and that's going to bode well for them. So, well, this is a final as the game comes to an end, and the Boerne Greyhounds are going to walk out of Canyon Lake with a victory, 3-0 over the Canyon Lake Hawks. As Corey Martelli comes back in, he looks a little bit frozen.
He's got his hands on the heater.
He's been over that thing like I was over my propane burner during
Snowvid last week.
Well, so, if you run into Corey tomorrow, just give him a good thank you for that, because I tell you what, it was rough going out there. It was tough.
So, Chad, as we get ready to wrap this game up and go home and get some food, any final thoughts here as you think about what we just witnessed out of this Boerne team and this Canyon Lake team?
Well, Boerne, it's undeniable. They have a great squad. You can tell that they're seasoned players. They've been playing together for a long time. They did what they needed to do today and come out with a victory. On the other side, if you're a Hawks fan, I think you got to be really happy because you got 100% effort. You got a great attitude today. The heart was there, and they never gave up, even being down 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. They were fighting hard to the last whistle. And if you bring that kind of effort every game, you're not going to play Boerne every night, and you're probably going to get a lot of wins. And so, if you're Coach Schrader, you tell your team, hey, we played hard. The ball just didn't go into the net for us today. But if we keep this intensity, we're going to win a lot of ball games.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it'll bode well. And, again, this is that barometer game. You're playing the number 2 team ranked in the state, and you really want to get a sense of whether or not, where you stack up. And I'd say they stacked up pretty well. They'll get better. They'll get better as the season wears on. It's still a fairly young team that's out on the field for Canyon Lake, and, they'll learn from it.
Sure.
For our fans and listening at home, we appreciate you for being out there. For all the folks out at Boerne, hope you enjoyed the game. We were glad we were able to bring it to you. And with that, we're going to wrap this thing up. LJ, any last thoughts?
Well, I guess, first of all, I heard the comment on the girls' match that the B team's going to be here tomorrow. There is no B team on Canyon Lake Broadcasting. They're just different teams. Well, I mean, we're all at times, full of it, but we like to bring a different perspective to Canyon Lake sports. And, I like the culture that I see in the soccer team, and it's kind of representative. You're trying to gain two things: respect, from your opponents, but also respect for yourselves. And I saw both happen tonight, which I thought was impressive. Canyon Lake Broadcasting coming to you tomorrow night,
5:45 start.
Yep.
So join in. Look for the link out on the website. If you're out there on the website, subscribe. We would love to have you subscribe to us, and a lot of things we put up there. We're bringing you a lot of games, a lot of baseball. We're going to do some softball.
Opening night, Tuesday night, going to be the home opener for Canyon Lake Hawks varsity baseball, which should be exciting. I think we have a couple of notables throwing out opening pitches, so. They'll be in full regalia and full celebration with the season already well underway. They will have played 7 games by the time that we've gotten to the home opener, so a lot to look forward to there. And softball certainly acquitting themselves well, so there will be some softball broadcasts. Everybody's going to be excited about watching a lot of Canyon Lake Hawks sports.
Well, from Canyon Lake, we're going to sign off. Safe travels to our friends from Boerne. Good luck and good night, and thanks for joining.